This presentation of Lansing Common Football Club is brought to you by the following: Gabriel's Community Credit Union, Greater Lansing Open Soccer, Ozone's Brewhouse, Strange Matter Coffee, J. Biggs, Moneyball Sportswear, Dean Trailways, Highland Plastics, Metronet, Die Hard Customs, and the Lansing Board of Water and Light. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Michigan's capital city, the home of your Lansing Common Football Club. Inside Eastern Stadium, I am Cameron McLaren, joined alongside Luca Maloney. Luca, how are you doing today?
Excellent, Cam. Great weather, great soccer on display today. I think we're looking at a wonderful event.
And as the teams make their way onto the pitch, just a couple of notes before we start going through the starting 11s for both teams. Lansing Common officially finishing second place in the inaugural season in the Midwest Premier League's East Division, a couple of points behind League East Division winners Detroit City FC U23s. But Lansing Common earning that second place spot and a invitation to the 2022 NISA Independent Cup for next year with that second place finish, a 1-0 result on Friday night and a 3-0 forfeit victory over LK St. Clair on Sunday. And as we look at the starting 11s for the home side, Lansing Common Robins. Starting in net will be number 1, Zach Kelly, a back four of Alex Scott, Hunter Gibbons, Dante Morissette, and Josh Adam, a midfield four of Noah Canlis, Lutram Shevku, Marco Bernardini, and Munir Shirali bringing it around the right. And the two starting forwards, no Ty Uziak for the side. Number 20, Ben Meshki, slots in alongside Shedi Omar. Luca, what do you like about this squad?
Well, obviously you have to make some changes due to the Western Michigan Bronco guys not being here tonight. They're already starting their competition preseason in Kalamazoo. So tonight we will see Ben Meshki and Shedi Omar, a combination that at times during games has worked really well. Shedi Omar this season has 9 goals. He's looking to make it 10. Yeah,
usually the last 15 minutes of some games have seen the partnership of Meshki and Omar. And as we take a look at Livonia City, their starting 11 is as follows. It'll be Craig Beebe, Thomas Mackey, Caleb Dupree, Patrick Smith, Vincent Bruno, Matt Versteeg, along with Dave DiMaggio and Jacob Walther. A Lansing Common, former Lansing Common player, Liram Shevku, will join the ranks of Livonia City today alongside, and up front, Peter Arlen and Caleb Sawers for Livonia City. A makeshift group of a couple of players from their U23 side, but Livonia City once again able to field a team of 11. But Luca, this team is coming off of 2 consecutive defeats in the NISA Independent Cup for this year, conceding 13 goals in the process. And we told one of their coaches that we wouldn't mention it too much, but Wednesday night, a 10-0 thumping at the hands of Detroit City FC in Hamtramck. What is this team going into today having to do to at least try to end their season on a high note, especially after Lansing Common beating them on their home turf 2-1 earlier this season?
Just like you said, go out there, play with pride, play with passion. Again, they lost to the hands of Lansing Common back in St. Joe's Sports Complex earlier this season, 2-1, thanks to goals from Munir Shirali and Shedi Omar. Again, Livonia City today is going to look to make a stamp and cause some fans at home here for Lansing to have an angry drive back home.
Yeah, and as we take a look back at that game in Livonia just a couple of months ago, Lansing Common starting off quickly, 2 quick goals in the first half by Shedi Omar and Munir Shirali, but Livonia City coming back in the second half made things interesting, especially after the move inside St. Joe's Sports Dome due to the impeding rainstorms. The final 15 minutes they were played indoors. It was a nervy time for Josh Oakley's side, but he said it didn't necessarily have to be, and that Lansing made things harder on themselves. What was something that they took out of that game that really kind of propelled them into a couple of good results after that game and going on further into the season?
Well, as you saw in that game, they had to deal with the difficulty of switching environments. And in that alone, the team had to adjust, and they had to adjust quickly. They had a bit of a 5 to 10 minute break switching arenas. And in there, Josh Oakley, you could see the team was sweating to keep, they were holding a lead 2-1 entering the final 10 minutes on a new pitch. It was very difficult for them. And for the first time, and for really the second time that season, because before that was the Michigan Stars game, ended 0-0, and again, it was a nervy moment. Lansing Common entered a game in those last 10 minutes against Livonia where they were holding on to that lead. And those 3 points came in were very important to this team. And they'll look back on that game and say how important those 3 points were.
Yeah, and as we're about ready to get underway, as we kind of take a look at last week's results, Lansing Common at the stroke of midnight against Michigan Stars FC, Shetty Omar, the 93rd minute goal, giving Lansing Common at least a little bit of hope, with other results happening over the weekend of keeping that second place spot, with pressure behind them from both BIH Grand Rapids and West Michigan Bearings, which played each other in the second installment of the Grand Rapids Derby, with West Michigan pulling out a surprising 3-1 result. Bobby McCaw, the Calvin University product, scoring once again and having a torrid pace for this season in the Midwest Premier League, but Lansing Common ultimately locking up that second place finish with the 3 points from a forfeit victory over LK St. Clair on Sunday, with the ensuing friendly, however, going LK's way 4-1. Gershom Sylvain, a rising senior at Holt High School, the beneficiary of 4 goals in that one, and making a case to be scouted at least for this Lansing Common team going into next year.
Absolutely, he would put on an impressive performance.
And we are underway from Michigan's capital city. Lansing Common wearing the home red and brown trunks, going from right to left to open the first half. Livonia City, the white tops and blue trunks, going from left to right. As Lansing Common turns the ball over after immediately getting it back, Josh Oakley said in the midweek, getting back to those fast starts was going to be a topic of conversation heading into today. Lansing Common still work to be done with this final game. Nobody wanting to go back to their colleges or go into their professional careers wherever they may go after today, ending on a losing note, in Livonia trying to get 3 points for, I believe, only the 3rd time this season. Excuse me, that would be the 4th time, as they are finishing in the bottom half of the East Division in the inaugural season of the Midwest Premier League. Livonia looking to go forward, and misplaced pass will go out for a common throw-in, as Alex Scott looked to take that one quickly. The ball boy's pass just a little bit too far behind him and over his head. He'll have to settle it down.
It's going to be different calling Alex Scott's name than Kyle Scott.
Yes, as we mentioned it in the preview, 3 Western Michigan players, usual starters on this team. Right back Kyle Scott, center back Aiden O'Connor, and forward Ty Uziak, returning back to Western Michigan University to prepare for their collegiate seasons. A couple of other guys in this squad for Lansing Common: Dante Morissette, Zach Kelly, Josh Adam, only having to make a quick couple-mile trip down the road to Sparta, where they play their collegiate soccer, as Ben Meshke will be called off sides. So they are starting today. Common will look to put Livonia's defense under pressure, something they were able to do a few months ago against Livonia. The wing backs for this team, very good, but the center backs not as apparent in their talents. Shetty Omar looks to bring it forward to Meshke. Meshke, the back heel. Canlis, it's in! It takes all but 3 minutes, and the Robins find themselves up 1-0.
And look at that brilliant move started from Shetty Omar, passing it on to Ben Meshke, and Ben Meshke, a little heel flick over to Canlis. Canlis, first touch, fires it into that first post. Excellent goal.
And Canlis, a late addition to the 23-man roster today, as his roommate and partner, Julian Burge, was left off of the team sheet for personal reasons. And Noah Canlis once again getting on the board in a 3v3 situation. Lansing Common makes the aforementioned center backs of Livonia pay and find themselves 1-0 up within the first 5 minutes.
That's a brilliant way to start the game here in just under 4 minutes.
And Livonia trying to get something going and find a quick equalizer. Lansing going back into a defensive shell. And for those listening to the broadcast, we do not have numbers and player jersey names tied together as of yet. So excuse us for not mentioning Livonia players as of right now until we get the number and name correlation together. Zutram Shevku having a hard time dealing with that ball to go out for a Livonia corner, the first corner of the game. And Josh Oakley not too happy with how his side has responded to going up 1-0. Giving the ball right back to Livonia and giving them a dangerous set piece. With the in-swinger ahead to it, and Kelly, quick off his line, is able to regroup. Omar trying to get back behind the last man. And a poor header, and Omar will look to regain possession for the Robins along the near side with, or along the far side with Shirali.
That was an excellent touch from Shirali to bring that down and get the play started again, after Omar had to make a makeshift pass over to the sideline. And Josh Adam pulling the trigger there on that long ball.
Josh Adam, who's grown into this season, having to play the role of distributor with the absence of Aiden O'Connor. And the Robins looking for more. Bernardini to Gibbons. And back to Josh Adam.
And in midfield today, we're going to see a particularly interesting battle between two brothers, Liram Shefku and Lutram Shefku for Lansing Common, as his brother joins the Livonia City side today.
As Lansing Common will have a throw in the opposing third. Canlis will give the duties to Morissette, who has to keep an eye out for the aforementioned Liram Shevku, who's playing in white today for Livonia. As Omar finds himself into the 18. Omar, cross into the box, left for Meshki.
And Munir Shirali clever there to let that ball go through.
It was Bernardini instead of Meshki who looked to get a left foot on it. And it was deflected out of play. And Lansing Common will get their first corner try of the game. As Noah Canlis, who's done really well in set pieces in the second half of the season, will look to get another assist to his name. Canlis kept in at the back post by Bernardini to Morissette. His header not troubling anybody. It'll go all the way out. Collected by Liram Shevku.
Bernardini, excellent effort to keep that ball alive.
And clipped after the play was Alex Scott. Referee played advantage. As the Robins find themselves once again with the ball with Josh Adam.
Josh Adam.
It's a great ball up to Alex Scott. Wingbacks getting involved in Josh Oakley's side throughout the entire year. And Shetty Omer, the clever back heel flick, tries to get around one. It'll go off of Omar and out for a Livonia throw-in. The disgruntled Hazlitt forward says otherwise. But the head official will give it to Livonia. A turnover there by Livonia, finds its way to Shirali. In the middle of the park, he'll give it to Bernardini. A clever little turnaround. He'll commit a foul with an errant push just outside the 18. And Livonia giving the ball away early. Already bleeding once and conceding the opening goal just inside 5 minutes. Looking to clear any danger going their way. Sheffield to Bernardini. Tries an outlet pass for Morissette, who's found himself up on top of the pitch. His ball gets deflected by the defender and in on goal.
Excellent run there from Dante Morissette and Bernardini. Great lofted ball.
And Livonia trying to play through their center backs, Lansing Common allowing them to do so and forcing them into a couple of bad passes, or at least attempting to, as Livonia tries a through ball in. It'll be just outside the box for Zach Kelly. He'll bring it inside and collect, as Josh Adam was able to shield the forward from the ball. And as we're inside the first 10 minutes, Lansing Common, the better of the two squads so far, getting that first goal as
checking the ball.
As a new ball will be
new ball change
given to Zach Kelly. There are now 2 balls on the pitch, and the referee will institute a drop ball for Kelly to once again pick up. Gibbons brings it forward for Canlis. Canlis trying to go around Shevq, unable to do so. It'll be turned over, and Canlis with a return effort is able to get that ball off of a Livonia foot and back to his goalkeeper in Kelly. Josh Adam, 3 players in front of him. He likes to go with Omar. Omar's pass deflected. It'll find the feet of Shevq. Robbins working the angles. Smeshki tries to go around one, unable to do so. It'll be turned over. And Livonia will be able to regroup. Alex Scott able to receive the pass intended for Liram Shevq. And Kelly will boot it to the opening part of the pitch, and a bad pass back by the center back finds its way to Omar. He's in on goal. Shetty Omar tucks it in. 2-0. And the Talisman once again strikes and gives Common a 2-goal lead here inside the first 15 minutes in the final game of the season.
Look at that, Shetty Omar taking advantage of the poor defensive mistake there from Livonia and drives it home. Incredible left-footed effort to the bottom right corner. Shetty Omar gets his 10th goal of the season. The first Lansing Common player to reach double digits in scoring.
And once again, Lansing Common, their bread and butter going against Livonia. And the first matchup between the two teams was attacking the center backs. And an errant pass back from a Livonia defender found its way to Shetty Omar's head. He's able to knot it down, take 2 touches and slot it past an outstretched keeper. And it's 2-0 here at Eastern Stadium. And Common once again looking for more as Meshki tried to get that ball in between 2 players. Unable to do so. And the Lansing Common crowd ecstatic of their team's performance here in the first 15 minutes. As a through ball in by Livonia. Catches Zach Kelly off guard. He's not too happy about the defense, and having to be consoled by his center back, Hunter Gibbons. And Josh Oakley has to be relieved at the way his side has come out today. Talking about those fast starts that they haven't, alluding to those fast starts that they have not necessarily had in the past 4 games. And Lansing Common finding ways to eke out results as of late, besides the 3-2 loss in Hamtramck to the Detroit City's U23 side. But he'll be happy with the way his team has responded after last week's friendly against LK St. Clair and getting 2 goals in the opening 15 minutes.
And going back to Shedi Omar, you don't think of Shedi Omar as an explosive player with pace, more of a strong build forward. But in that play right there, he showed his speed, he showed his agility and ability to run out 2 center backs all the way to goal.
And Canlis trying to take on 2 players, plays an in-swinging ball. It'll be picked out by Livonia, and starting forward up for Liram Shevku.
And then Josh Adam there just gets a touch on it with his head. Bernardini switch.
Bernardini over to Morissette along the near side. Morissette clipping one in, looking far post. Meshki unable to get on the receiving end of that pass. And Dante Morissette looking to add another assist to his total on the year. But his pass just too far in front of Meshki. Alex Scott able to pick out the throw in, and Shedi Omar going one-on-one with a defender. He'll lose out. As Liram Shevku picks it up for Livonia. Tries a through ball, it'll be picked out by Gibbons. And he does too much with it. Livonia looking to get forward. And a great deflection there by Josh Adam is able to knock it out of play as Livonia had numbers forward.
Excellent job from Josh Adam going up against 2 Livonia City attackers.
In the middle of the park, Livonia still with it, trying to play a through ball in as the 4th official deems it offsides. And the first great opportunity for Livonia to gain some possession in Lansing's final third goes to waste. As Zach Kelly will bring it to the far side for Alex Scott. To Bernardini. Looking forward, trying to play Meshki. Ball will go too far in front of him as he allows it to go and run forward as he was in an offside position. And Lansing Common still on a slightly toasty day, putting Livonia's defensive shell under a little bit of pressure, forcing them to play out of the back. Shedi Omar able to pick off of a pass off of the number 3.
Shedi Omar, excellent job there to get in between the defender and pick the ball off of him, and the defender immediately goes and lands a tackle on him on the way back.
As a player still down for Livonia, being attended to by the physio. Shedi Omar trying to get that ball after he picked the pocket of Livonia's number 3. Both gentlemen going down in the process, and the Livonia player worse for wear. Allows the opportunity for a few Lansing players to get a drink of water on this nice 77-degree day here in the capital.
Oh, this is a beautiful afternoon.
And as the number 3 is still being attended to, we'll take a look back at Lansing's opening goals. The most recent one, Shedi Omar off of a bad pass by a Lansing or a Livonia defender. Omar able to take it in one-on-one. Luca, 2 goals in the first 15 minutes for Lansing. Fast starts have been the key for this team all year. What was the reasoning behind those 2 goals? How did they happen? And what can Lansing do to keep the goal-scoring momentum going forward?
Well, 2 different types of goals. In the first one, you saw quick passing and movement from Noah Canlis, Ben Meshke, and obviously a great start of the play from Shedi Omar. Led to space being opened up on the left side for Noah Canlis. First time hit with his right foot to the bottom left corner. And then second goal, we see just a defensive mistake. Shedi Omar takes advantage of it with the size and shape and the speed that Shedi Omar has. Takes it on, takes about 4 touches in between the 20-yard line to all the way to the inside of the box. Slots it home with his left foot and tallied his 10th goal of the season for Shedi Omar.
As we are going to see a change, I believe, for Livonia City. Number 3 unable to continue. He'll be replaced by number 17. Again, apologies as we do not have the jersey number to last name correlation as of yet. We are still working on that. And after a small delay, Lansing Common with a dangerous free kick some 15 yards outside of the box.
And Noah Canlis taking it. Livonia's got to watch out.
Canlis can decide whether or not he wants to go for goal himself or elect to pass it. So it is brought in and straight to the hands of the Livonia keeper. And out for Liram Shevku. He's immediately closed down by Noah Canlis and by his brother.
No, Alex Scott.
By Alex Scott, but Livonia's still going. They've got numbers going forward.
And look at how Josh Adams' positioning there closes out number 23's ability to pass the ball through him and onto the oncoming run. Instead, he has to elect to go inside and pick a different route.
And
that is great defending from Josh Adams.
And Shevku's effort goes deflected. And another effort by Livonia will go wanting as it goes out for a goal kick for Zach Kelly. And as you said, the positioning of Josh Adam forcing the number 23 to try to work around the man instead of having the option to pass with a 2-on-1 developing if Josh Adam were to be eliminated from that play and if the player were to have gone past him. Great defending there by the incoming Michigan State Spartan.
Yes, Josh Adam will be joining a long line of Michigan State central defenders.
The aforementioned Adam with it. Over to Alex Scott. Ben Meshke trying to be the recipient of a Munir Shirali pass. It goes just too far. His touch takes it too far away from him. And Livonia will once again be able to regroup. Livonia City having a few chances here in the past 5 minutes of game time, but no purposeful and meaningful possession in Lansing's third so far, and a few chances have gone left wandering for them. As Lansing is able to intercept the pass, a few touches forward, and beautiful footwork there by Livonia to able to get away from Shedi Omar. And Liram Shevku able to keep this ball in. And dance around 2 players.
Liram Shevku with the clever little croqueta over 2 Livonia defenders. Excellent move to break away on the sideline.
But Livonia is still threatening, and a bad pass by the number 26 is intercepted by Alex Scott. Shirali, and he gets taken out behind the play, and the referee will play advantage. Is Canlis still going forward? Canlis in the middle of the park, takes a whack. It'll be deflected, and an easy chance to collect for Livonia's keeper. And Munir Shirali able to get back up and collect himself after a errant tackle by the number 26. Going forward, Livonia still searching for at least 1 goal to change the complexion of this first half. But Alex Scott has other plans as he intercepts the ball. And Shirali, Munir Shirali taking on past one. He'll give it to Shedi Omar. Back to Shirali in his feet. Shirali, and a great save there by Livonia's keeper.
Shirali there just couldn't quite find his footing, whether to hit it with his left or hit it with his right. It bounced a little bit towards his right and took a whack at it, but straight to the goalkeeper.
And an offsides and a yellow card will be issued for the tackle just a few moments ago to the number 26 for Livonia, as an offsides call was made.
Yellow card shown to Livonia City, number 26, Craig Beebe.
As Lansing will look to get things going, and a clever little flick there by Ben Meshke to try to get that ball to Noah Canlis. Unable to do so as Hunter Gibbons gets bowled over by Livonia's number 33. An overzealous bunch early in this one for Livonia. As Dante Morissette trying to clear Hunter Gibbons off the floor to get play rolling once more. And
a little bit of comic relief there from Dante Morissette.
Talking about Dante Morissette, the Michigan State Spartan, a really great guy. He's always been one of the best guys to talk to on this team. A very funny, outspoken man.
As well as one with a great left foot.
Yes, he's had to figure that out a couple of times in practice.
Dante Morissette also assisted the first ever goal for Lansing Common FC. A goal from Kyle Scott, which was crossed in from Morissette.
And an interesting fact is that Dante Morissette has pleaded with the coaching staff every week to allow him to take penalty duty if Lansing Common has been awarded one. He did make his the only penalty in a penalty shootouts during practice just a couple of weeks ago to give the coaching staff a little bit of something to work with the young man from Canada.
And we were informed that the yellow card was issued to Craig Beebe on Livonia.
Craig Beebe making his second straight appearance against Lansing Common, playing for LK St. Clair, I believe, last week. And as the ball trying to find its way to Shedi Omar, he'll get dispossessed. And Livonia able to start again.
26 minutes now on the clock.
And Livonia doing a good job in this past 10 minutes of finding some open passes along the wing, breaking down this Lansing Common defense. The Chef Q plays a long ball over to the far side. And Livonia, an in-swinging ball and an acrobatic attempt by the number 26, I believe, goes begging. But Livonia able to win themselves a corner after Noah Canlis decided to bat the ball out of play and escape the danger. Laram Shefku one-on-one with Bernardini. Bernardini wins the 50-50. And over to Lutram Shefku, plays a through ball in to Shedi Omar.
That laser of a pass.
Omar one-on-one. Omar the left foot, and just outside of the right post as Omar went searching for his second goal of the day. But once again, Shedi Omar able to find himself with time and space on and off flank.
And Shedi Omar showing his versatility there, cutting in with his left foot and striking it. Normally a right-footed shooter on the first time. Takes a whack at it with his left. Nearly counts.
As Livonia, number 39, able to get things going once more. And a great couple of passes there as the 39 is able to find himself one-on-one with Hunter Gibbons. He'll get megged in the process, as Dante Morissette is able to clean up the scraps. Luchum Shevku around one.
And Louis' ability to break through one or two defenders is unreal today.
Munir Shirali trying to take on two to the middle of the park with Canlis. He elects to go back outside to Morissette, to Bernardini. Morissette on his favorite left foot. Morissette drilled in front and easy for the keeper. Looking for Ben Meshki.
Try to go cheeky on the first post. Curled in, but Ben Meshki not quite there, able to get that.
Josh Adam has a hard time dealing with that. Livonia is able to collect along the far side.
There's just not enough movement from Livonia here. There's 3 men up and the whole team is sitting back. Meanwhile, the lone attacker has to go against 5 Lansing Common defenders.
Zach Kelly will roll it out to Hunter Gibbons. Immediately switches it over to Alex Scott. And up for Shirali. Shirali once again trying to find his Eastern Illinois counterpart, and Shetty Omar does so. Omar around one into the box. And deflected out of play for another corner for Lansing. As once again, the Eastern Illinois connection running rampant along the right side. And Shetty Omar trying to flick one inside for Ben Meshki. And Noah Canlis will have yet another opportunity for a great in-service to give Lansing a hopeful 3rd goal in this first half. Canlis, the knuckleball dealt with by Livonia, and a foul in the process inside the box on a Lansing forward. And Livonia able to escape the danger once more.
They're going to play quick.
And Livonia playing it alongside for Griffin Store. Inside the park, it's dispossessed. It finds its way to Marco Bernardini. To Canlis. Electing to go to Luchum Shevku. A ball finds its way into the middle of the park around 3 Lansing forward players.
A little bit of miscommunication there from Shetty Omar and Ben Meshki. Both of them not talking who wants it first.
And Shirali's in-swinger will be deflected out of play for a Lansing throw. Alex Scott to take the throw into Shetty Omar. It finds its way to Luchum Shevku. Put under pressure immediately. He's going back out for Shirali. Escapes the danger over to Shevku. And Common trying to play a few quick passes over to Bernardini. To Canlis. Wanting the overlap was Bernardini, and instead goes to Morissette. Back to Canlis. Near the halfway line, it's Josh Adam. Skips past 1, 2. Josh Adam deflected by Liram Shevku, only as far as Alex Scott, and Lansing able to retain pressure and retain the ball.
Josh Adam, the young forward, tried to have a crack at it.
Once more with Bernardini. Trying to quarterback some offense for Lansing Common, has to go back to Gibbons.
All the way back to Zach Kelly.
And back to Kelly as Liram Shevku pressured the young Spartan and Josh Adam. And a great play there. Finds its way to Alex Scott. Shirali looks up, has a man in Dante Morissette. He finds him. Morissette's first touch takes him backwards, but he'll be called offside by the far official. But a great play there by Munir Shirali to recognize the young winger in time and space. And just needed to play that pass a little bit quicker. As Livonia working the triangles along the near side, dispossessed. The ball will be retained by Bernardini. A clever flick over Craig Beebe, and Meshki going in, elects to go outside for Bernardini. The ball clipped in, deflected out of the box, only as far as Lutram Shefku. Shefku dancing around one, will go back to Shirali.
Shirali felt the man on him.
Clever dummy there, and Canlis trying to play a ball forward. And quick off his line was the Livonia keeper. And a great interplay once more, Shetty Omar electing to spread the wealth. And Noah Canlis almost able to find Shirali and Shetty Omar, but the pass had too much weight.
Yeah, Livonia's finding a stride here on defense.
And once again, Liram Shefku trying to quarterback some offense for Livonia, but his pass goes begging and into the waning arms of Zach Kelly. Morissette, a ball down the left wing line to Omar, takes on two players, but his final ball into Meshki will be picked out. But so far, Lansing Common bending but not breaking along the back four and able to play quickly through the defense and finding Shetty Omar on both sides of the pitch, as he's been a catalyst so far for this offensive attack for Lansing Common. As we're past half an hour here, Luca, an interesting first half with two quick goals, but Lansing Common patiently waiting their time for the third.
Yeah, again, Lansing Common trying to do the most out of their interplay, as Livonia City regaining some momentum defensively, not allowing too much space in behind them. Lansing Common still being patient, playing around the back, and hitting those wing areas as much as they can.
As Gibbons tried a through ball into Morissette, it was misplaced, and Lutram Shefku able to clean up any danger there, but Lansing still with it.
One thing that is clear is the possession stats. Lansing Common here easily 70-30.
Heavily favored in the possession battle going into tonight's game. And the Robins keeping true on that promise, as Meshki gets dispossessed, and a clever ball there by the Livonia defender around two people, and Gibbons overzealous on the attack, and Livonia's in on goal. But Morissette able to clear away the man. And Kelly, clear and calm under pressure, gives it to Josh Adam, who clears the danger away in the first real counter-attacking threat for Livonia.
A soft touch there from Dante Morissette, able to find goalkeeper Zach Kelly comfortably, and Kelly does the rest. Again, a comfortable keeper with his feet.
Josh Adam, his pass gets intercepted. And Noah Canlis trying to dispossess the number 23, as the Lansing bench wanted a handball there, as Livonia will keep the ball around the byline. The number 23 offsides off a deflection. But warning signs brewing for the Robins, who have a 2-goal lead thanks to Noah Canlis and Shetty Omar inside the first 15 minutes of the game, but have since taken their foot off the gas somewhat and allowing Livonia to try to get themselves back into this game. Scott forced to play it back to Josh Adam. His long ball is too far in front of any Robin forwards. It'll go back to the goalkeeper. Livonia trying to get something in the final 10 minutes before the end of this first half. They bring it forward, trying to find space in between the center backs. There's none there on that play, as Bernardini loses a 50-50. And Livonia, quick and cheeky back heel straight to Alex Scott. And Common can go forward with Josh Adam. Josh Adam trying to play around 3 people. He does so, finds Morissette. Morissette down the line for Meshki. Meshki dispossessed immediately, but earns a throw-in. It's taken quickly, and it finds the feet of Morissette. Into the middle of the park for Omar. He's dispossessed. A great defensive play there by Livonia. And bringing it up is Griffin Storr. Storr trying to find Liram Shefq. It'll be picked up by Josh Adam. But Liram Shefq able to dispossess Morissette.
Liram Shefq, great job to dispossess Morissette in a dangerous area. Not many options for him going forward, though, to give it up quickly.
Lansing Common, after a little turnover fest, is able to regroup. Bernardini in the middle of the park. Plays the ball forward for Josh Adam, trying to get on the end of it. Didn't know how that ball would deflect, and the goalkeeper taken out in the process. As Josh Adam unable to read that ball and how it would deflect off of the foot of the Livonia defender. Takes out Livonia's starting netminder in the process. An inadvertent collision, but it seems as though he is able to continue on. A drop ball awarded to Livonia. Livonia finally able to settle into this game as Storr's control, his chest control, left something to be missed. It'll go out for a common throw-in, but Livonia able to settle themselves into this game after conceding 2 early on. And have put the back 4 for Lansing Common under a little bit of pressure. Josh Adam has to retreat all the way back to Zach Kelly. Back to Josh Adam. Trying to pick out a pass, he'll find Shirali along the far side. Canless plays the pass and skips around the man. He'll find Bernardini. Omar back to Bernardini. The clever 1-2. Bernardini trying to find Meshki, dispossessed in the process. And Livonia can go forward. Storr. To Liram Shefq. Trying to go forward, finds its way back to Liram Shefq. In the middle of the park and back outside for Storr. Storr working his way around Shirali will put a through ball in. Morissette, and a quick deflection and a goal by Livonia. Morissette unable to deflect that ball out. And Griffin Storr, his in-swinger, somehow finds its way back into the back of the net. And Livonia, with just 5 minutes and stoppage time left, has made it a 2-1 game.
Yeah, a little bit of a ping pong ball between defenders and the Livonia City attackers inside the box. Just gets a quick foot on it over to Zach Kelly's lower left post. And Livonia makes it 2-1 here in Lansing.
A much deserved goal for how the Road Warriors have been performing here in the last 15 minutes.
It's been sluggish from Lansing Common in the last 10 minutes of this half. Maybe an injection of a substitution can change the outcome.
Bichetti Omar, who's been the main catalyst for this attack, wins himself and wins to Robbins a throw-in. To find its way to Morissette. It's Bernardini in space. Picking out Alex Scott, who makes the in-swinging run. It'll find its way to Beebe. And Livonia once again able to clear the danger.
Here on the sideline, Joshua Rosendale for Lansing, aiming to get a run in, possibly for either Shedi Omar or Ben Meshki.
Livonia calmly able to play it around the back. To Liram Shefku. He's able to dance around Meshki.
Liram outside the boot ball, over to the left side.
To the goal scorer for Livonia. Plays a through ball in for Storr. Back inside, still with it. A great defensive play there by Josh Adam. And out for a corner, and Livonia threatening here in the final 5 minutes, in the final 2 minutes of this first half. And Lansing Common not making the substitution before this corner kick. The in-swinger batted out by Meshki once more, and an effort by Livonia into the open arms of Zach Kelly. Plays it out wide for Shirali. To Canlis. Up to Alex Scott, but dispossessed by Griffin Storr. Liram Shefku able to turn around Canlis, but his final pass is unable to find anybody, but he gets the ball back off of Bernardini. Shefku takes him on. Will play a through ball into the 23. The left foot, quick shot to the near post, and a save there by Kelly.
Excellent save there by Kelly. Had to stretch out that left arm.
3 minutes of added time.
And we received word that the fourth official has allotted an extra 3 minutes of stoppage time as Lansing Common will make a substitution. Joshua Rosendale coming onto the pitch. And Ben Meshki making way for the Olivet senior. Shefku with the delivery, doesn't beat the first man in Alex Scott. Livonia able to retain possession. The through ball in, misjudged by Hunter Gibbons. It'll find its way out to the 17, deflected by Lutram Shefku, played back into the box by Storr. A nod on, and Kelly quick off his line, able to prevent Livonia from getting the equalizing goal. As we're into the final minutes of this first half. Joshua Rosendale with his first touch, able to find Shirali.
Shirali, excellent move there to beat the defender.
Shirali, left foot, deflected. Back out to Canlis. Gets it out of his feet, back over to Rosendale. Clipped in the process of the pass over to Bernardini. He's put under pressure immediately. Lansing Common looking for one more goal to kill any momentum going forward for Livonia as Rosendale plays the ball inside the box. It'll be cleared out. A clever couple of touches by the 17 to retain possession, and Beebe with it. Gets immediately dispossessed, but the ball finds its way back to Beebe. And over to Liram Shefku. One-on-one with Morissette. Takes it past three defenders.
Won't beat the third one.
Wouldn't beat the third defender, Hunter Gibbons, who's immediately closed down and turns the ball over, and Beebe with it once more. And Lansing Common, the defense, slightly disheveled. And now, Zach Kelly.
And now we're getting a little bit of what we saw of that Livonia City game back in Livonia earlier this season. Little similar turnout. Again, scoreline the same, intensity probably around the same as well.
Josh Adam looked to play Munir Shirali. He's unable to keep that ball on the pitch. And we have gone through the first 45 minutes here at Eastern Stadium in the final game of the maiden voyage for the Lansing Common Robins. 2 quick goals to start the game for the Robins, but Livonia City answering in the final 5 minutes to make this game 2-1 heading into halftime. We'll be back in a moment to break down this first half and embark on the second and final 45 minutes of the season. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Lansing Common Football Club. Welcome back to Eastern Stadium, Lansing Common, 2-1 heading into halftime. Luca, 2 quick goals, but since then, not much of anything for the Robins. What do they need to do in this second half to get a 3rd goal and put the game to bed?
Substitutions need to be made for Lansing Common to revive this game a little bit, because it went out of their hands in those last 15 minutes. The best thing Lansing Common could do, and Josh Oakley, will be to make an attacking and maybe a defensive substitution. Inject a little bit more pace through the wings, inject a little bit more pace going through the middle. And I think we're going to see that now with Esteban Russell warming up.
Yeah, and as the 2 teams make their way onto the pitch, a resembling scoreline of that game in Livonia, 2-1. Lansing Common victors in that one, but it was Livonia capitalizing in the second half. And today, them capitalizing in the first half, completely changing the complexion of the final couple of minutes in that first half. But a deserving goal for Livonia City heading into halftime. The goal scorer, we do have numbers now. I believe it was Dade DiMaggio, the beneficiary of a great inlet ball by Griffin Store. After a couple of bounces, Zach Kelly caught in no man's land. Nothing he could do about that one. And a 2-1 scoreline. But once again, Lansing Common going to have to dig deep and try to find something here early on to try to put this game to bed and to give the home crowd something to leave with a positive note.
Absolutely. There's still a lot of time left, like you said, a whole half, and really the last half of the season. So anyone who comes on is going to go and give it their all, 100%. And I'm sure Oakley's message in the dressing room was to have fun, enjoy the moment, enjoy the amount of fans being here, and really take in all the support and take in all the love that this club has given to these players throughout this whole summer. So congratulations to all the players and the coaches and staff, as well as everyone working at Lansing Common Football Club.
And as we're about to get underway in this second half, no substitutions going into the second half for Lansing Common, none that we believe for the visiting Livonia City FC. But the message probably coming out of this halftime break is, can Lansing Common get another goal within the first 15 minutes and leave here with a 3 points? As we're back underway, and excuse me, it'll be Nick Robinson, the only substitution coming in at halftime for
Esteban Russell as well, coming in for Noah Canlis.
Noah Canlis and Nick Robinson coming in for the Robins. Exiting the game, Dante Morissette.
Exiting the game as well. Noah Canlis entered that left back position.
And so exiting along that far wing. And as we get things going, Liram Shevku under pressure from 3 forwards for Lansing Common. And Gibbons put under pressure and seen out for a corner kick. DiMaggio with the pressure on Gibbons. Shevku way outside. It won't trouble anybody in red. And Lansing Common, after giving up the first set piece of the second half, can lick their wounds and go forward. Canlis sliding in that left back position. And a makeshift back 4 once again for Josh Oakley's side. It'll find its way along the near flank to Nick Robinson. His pass intercepted by Storr. Livonia can regroup going forward with Beebe. To Smith. Storr. His pass intercepted by Hunter Gibbons, and Shetty Omar with it. Tries to find Russell. He's able to get past one. Plays a through ball for Shevku. Shevku to Shirali. Numbers in the box. Shirali Plays it in, back post, and off the football crossbar, Shedi Omar.
That was a brilliant work play down the right wing from Munir Shirali. Munir Shirali crossed into the middle, and Shedi Omar's hit just a little too much power on that.
And Arlen, the goalkeeper for Livonia, can get play started once more. His long-weighted ball is intercepted by Bernardini, but Shefku able to recover. Laram Shefku dances around two. Plays a through ball for Smith. Tries to go into the middle of the park. And lucky to get away with the foul was Alex Scott, as he was draped all over Mark Bachard. Beebe to Mackey. Mackey inside the box, and Kelly clipped in the process. The ball still in, and Gibbons able to get clear. And going over the man was a Livonia player. And the play will be blown dead for a possible injury, for possible head contact, as Beebe tried to go over Lutram Shefku. Alex Scott wondering why the referee blew the play dead. And it'll be a drop ball situation for Common. So the ball finds its way over to Bernardini. Omar being harassed there by Liram Shefku. Gives the ball to Russell. Three defenders draped all over him. It'll find the feet of Bernardini. To Rosendale. Back to Bernardini. Looking for options going forward. He'll find Shirali. Time and space in the middle of the park. He'll give it to Russell. Russell taken in the process.
And what Esteban Russell is going to bring to you in this Lansing Common team in the second half, as you'll see right here, is a lot of interplay between the middle and also pace going down the wing. He's going to cut inside and look for options, and as well play off Rosendale and Shedi Omar with that first touch, as he normally does. So watch out for him in those areas in the final third.
And Matt Versteeg getting in on the play, trying to find Mac Bachard, who's in an offside position. Noah Canlis and Alex Scott able to press the line forward and catch Bachard in an offside position. And the Robins stuttering out of the gates in the second half in the first 5 minutes played. So the ball finds its way to Omar. Back to Bernardini. Over to Nick Robinson. Robinson one-on-one with Griffin Storr. He'll work his way around him. Robinson down the byline and off of Storr and out for a corner kick. A great play there by the two Lansing Common practice squad players as Griffin Storr. An interesting note about him, the recent Spring Arbor recruit going up against his incoming coach in Marco Bernardini. But Lansing Common, the corner, Shirali doesn't beat the first man in Storr. Be collected by Shefku. Over to Shirali, the 1-2 with Lutram Shefku. Play still carries on. Into the middle, Russell! Just wide of the right post as Esteban Russell tried to pick the far corner.
Like I said, Esteban is going to find these spaces in and around the box to pull the trigger quickly.
Lansing Common making a chance out of a corner, but it goes begging as Arlen is able to find Smith. Smith able to get around Shirali. Whistled for a foul was Shirali, and Smith, who has played the aggregate, or the advantage. And Livonia will have a free kick just in front of the halfway line. Storr to take it. Looking in front for Bachard. It'll find its way to Russell for Lansing Common. Immediately put under pressure by Bachard. Over to Canlis, and a through ball. Tries to find Joshua Rosendale. It'll be too far in front of him. And Arlen can play it out. Storg with it along the near side. He'll give it up to Smith. His pass intercepted by Shirali, and Lansing has numbers going forward. Shirali trying to find Omar. Indeed does so. Omar over the post. Searching for his second of the game. He was close.
That was a brilliant move from Mooney Shirali, dribbling his way infield. Finds Shetty Omar. Perhaps a little lucky that pass didn't get deflected out by the defender. But Omar takes his touch outside the box. Shot, and it went over.
Lansing Common trying to make something out of nothing to get that third goal. Shetty Omar trying to get the brace. But Livonia once again bending and not breaking his store. Looks to play it up for Bouchard. It'll go too far in front of him and all the way back to Zach Kelly. A back and forth first couple of minutes here in this second half. Lansing Common still with the 2-1 lead, but haven't looked like the same Lansing Common of old since the first 15 minutes of this farewell match. As Livonia is able to retain possession in the middle of the park. A clever pass there by Mackey to find Liram Shevku. And Mackey able to keep the ball in. To the far side.
And another absence you're going to feel in this Lansing Common side is Josh Adam, who was very active on the ball in the first half. And now he's been substituted. It's going to be difficult to find those balls through the middle, especially Josh Adam was bombing some downfield in order to find Shetty Omar.
And Lansing Common, after an errant shot by Livonia City, Zach Kelly ushering his troops forward. Instead elects to go short with Hunter Gibbons. Robinson put under pressure immediately by Smith. Able
Great
to
turn there from Robinson.
To Omar. Plays a through ball into Rosendale. He's got Shirali in the middle. Rosendale tries to find that pass, unable to beat the first man in Versteeg. And Versteeg, once again, a great defensive play, shielding off the Olivet forward, who's whistled for a foul.
A little too aggressive there from Joshua Rosendale, is going to earn the foul.
And Arlen plays it short to Versteeg, and Livonia once again trying to get going and find that equalizing goal with Beebe. His pass deflected back to Canlis. Put under pressure immediately by DiMaggio. But the Robins escaped the pressure with Shevku. To Robinson. Intercepted in the middle of the park, and a bad pass there by Bruno. After Nick Robinson gave the ball away. And Zach Kelly trying to start things once more with Alex Scott. It'll find the head of Versteeg. Into the middle of the park for Beebe. And back to Storr. Storr with a great switch of play over to Mackey. Trying to play the 1-2 with Dupree. Closed down by Bernardini, but Dupree will continue going. Trying to find Smith. Robinson was there, and Shevku able to dispossess him again. But it's Liram Shevku trying one from distance.
Ambitious effort.
Very ambitious indeed.
Trevor Togi warming up on the sideline for Lansing Common. Expect a substitution in midfield.
The young man getting instructions from Josh Oakley as he makes his way to the touchline. We may be able to get this substitution in before Zach Kelly makes the long trek from retrieving the ball. But we won't, as Hunter Gibbons receives the pass. And Lutram Shevku elects to go wide for Noah Canlis. To Russell. Russell in space. Elects to go down the middle. Russell, past one. Russell, the right foot into the open arms of Arlen. He'll disperse quickly and find Storr. Livonia doing well at opening the middle of the park for Lansing Common to go in and taking out the front forwards of Rosendale and Omar in this second half, forcing Lansing Common to attack through the middle, which is not something that they have done for most of the year. And once those players are allowed to get into the middle, the defense collapses in an errant pass by Mackey once again. Shetty Omar being backtracked, tries to find Rosendale, he will. Rosendale, the byline, in-swinger at a quick pass and deflected out. Still with it, Shirali once more trying to find the head of Omar, too far for him. But Lansing Common can regroup along the far side with Esteban Russell.
Again, Shetty Omar delivering a laser of a pass to
Canlis and a Rosendale's effort into the outstretched Arlen, who's able to get things going once more.
And the first move shows you the unselfishness of Shetty Omar, delivering a laser of a pass to Joshua Rosendale on the run. Rosendale tried to pull it back with the cross. Just unfortunately too many defenders in there to clear that one out.
Versteeg, the long ball to Storr. Put under pressure by Robinson. It goes out of play as Shirali looked to try to dispossess the young Spring Arbor recruit. As we will see that substitution, it will be Trevor Togi coming on the pitch, making way Munir Shirali as his season is done.
Munir Shirali with 1 goal and 4 assists this season for Lansing Common. Steps off the field for the final time. Excellent performance from the young man.
Livonia getting forward with Liram Shevku. Back to Storr. Smith trying a cheeky pass, trying to catch the defense off guard for Lansing Common. It'll go into Zach Kelly. As we approach and hit the hour mark here at Eastern Stadium. Both sides looking to calculate their way into getting another goal, but none so far in this second half after a very eventful first half here in the final game of the season for both teams, with one more match left to be played in the East Division tomorrow. BIH Grand Rapids taking on Michigan Stars. And Versteeg, his ball forward for Smith, be defended by Robinson, and on goal where Zach Kelly can collect. Togi with a long ball up for Omar. Shetty Omar with numbers in the box. Back to Togi, trying to find Omar, but picked out by Smith. And he is dispossessed by Omar.
I think the smarter option for Shetty Omar there was a cross with the right foot, switched all the way back post, had Esteban Russell and
Bernardini.
Joshua Rosendale.
A quick shot there by Bernardini, under pressure from DiMaggio, but Arlen makes the save once again for Livonia. As this Lansing Common supporters group just in front of us has not been quiet since the opening minute, as they try to cheer on their team for another third goal, as DiMaggio skates the line, but not well enough as the far side official deems him offside. DiMaggio searching for that second goal. And Lansing can get things going once more. Shevku trying to find Russell on the break. It'll be returned back to the Spring Arbor forward. And over to Togi. Canlis finding himself up the pitch, gets dispossessed. And Bouchard to the far side to Dupree. Dupree one-on-one with Alex Scott. Dupree opens up, and a great defensive play there by Canlis to dispossess the man. And Lansing Common with numbers going forward.
The big switch over to Joshua Rosendale.
Rosendale one-on-one with Bruno. Plays Omar. Omar looking for two. And a foul given away by Shetty Omar on Mackey.
Shetty Omar quite confused with that call.
As two substitutions will be made for Livonia City, as number 18, Caleb Sowers will be making his way onto the pitch, along with number 22, Zach Hill, making way. Patrick Smith. So we have a little bit of lineup confusion.
In for Livonia City, number 18, Caleb Sowers. Number 22, Zach Hill. And number 5, Oliver Whitman.
It'll be a triple substitution for Livonia City. And as we get things going once again, Griffin Store, an errant pass. Find the ball all the way back to the feet of Nick Robinson, who elects to go back to Zach Kelly. With under half an hour to go here in the final game of the season. Lansing Common still with that 2-1 lead that they accrued early in that first half. And a bad pass there by Josh Rosendale leads to an opportunity here as Craig Beebe tries to take on Rosendale. A great effort.
And Rosendale going all the way back defending for that one.
A good defensive effort there by the Olivet forward to deny Beebe an opportunity and keep Livonia from equalizing. As the ball will be switched over to the far side for Noah Canlis, for Lansing to once again start again. He is immediately put under pressure by Richmond. And Richmond does a good job, but gives away the throw-in the process. And Lansing needing one goal to kill this game. Try to get that going forward with Omar. Tries to play Togi. It'll be intercepted by Bruno. And brought over for Store. But Luca, the next goal of this game completely will change the outlook in the final 20-some-odd minutes.
As the game is still very well in reach for Livonia City, and they've shown that they can still attack. A couple of offensive substitutions for them have really set the standard for them in this second half, and they're coming close.
And a great couple of passes as Livonia able to work the triangles. Richmond almost able to get on the end of a pass from Liram Shefq. And Josh Oakley displeased with how his side reacted to the flurry of passes that Livonia was able to put together.
Seth Russ, Owen Swan, and Daniel Silva have been called to warm up on the Lansing bench.
Togi in the middle of the park, immediately put under pressure by Zach Will.
Dispossessed.
It'll find its way to Richmond. to DiMaggio, back to Richmond. His through ball for Bouchard, too far in front of him. And Lansing once again able to escape the danger. Bernardini will look to get play started once more, but finds Shefq. Lutram Shefq between the pocket of space, trying to find Togi. And Griffin Store caught in two minds, will be dispossessed, and Togi takes it around two. Togi, Trevor Togi, just too far away from that far post.
Trevor Togi there had the ball gifted to him, takes one touch, and maybe the easier choice was to try and loft it over the goalkeeper. Instead goes for that back post, and it's just wide.
Trevor Togi doing all of the hard work necessary, but lacking the finishing mentality to make it 3-1 as Arlen made himself big.
Trevor Togi, a notorious goal scorer in the training sessions. No stranger to a golazo in training.
Togi with the throw into Omar, and a tug on the shirt and out for a goal kick as Bruno was able to work one-on-one against Shetty Omar. And Arlen once again looking to get play started. He'll find Liram Shefq. And Noah Canlis attempting to see that ball out, blocking the new addition, Richmond. And doing a good job in doing so. Earning Lansing a throw-in. Goes past Rosendale's head up to Shetty Omar. Omar one-on-one with Versteeg. Versteeg will win that one, but only as far as Marco Bernardini put under pressure by Beebe. And Liram Shefq able to regroup. Ball over to the near side, finds its way to Store. Griffin Store trying to play a through ball in. For Richmond, it'll go too far in front of him. And Zach Kelly will collect and dish out appropriately. Lutram Shefq, round two, gets clipped by Beebe. Advantage being played is with Marco Bernardini, works his way around one defender. Bernardini! Just over the post. A good effort there by the incoming Spring Arbor head coach. But the shot, always rising, was unable to find its way back below the crossbar.
Hoping for the dip at the end, it didn't come. Marco Bernardini close to scoring his first goal for Lansing Common.
Sowers for Livonia having to go all the way back to Versteeg and back out to Sowers. His pass intercepted. Omar over to Russell, trying to play the through ball in. Deflected, but Lutram Shefq trying to win the ball back. He indeed does so, but it'll be dispossessed by Versteeg, and it'll find its way over to Store.
Trevor Togi gets one to the face in that instance.
Ball finds its way back to Arlen. His clearing effort only as far as the head of Hunter Gibbons. But Livonia able to get the ball back once more. So it finds its way over to the near side for Zach Will. Will trying to find Sowers along the far side. Be deflected out of play by Canlis.
Canlis well done to get a header on that with the defender on him.
We'll see another substitution as Adam Abb will be coming in for Craig Beebe.
Lansing Common still have 20 minutes here to make it 3-1.
Sowers to throw in to Bouchard. And a clever little flick by DiMaggio, trying to find the new addition in Abb. but Zach Kelly able to collect. And as the sun winds down or sets behind us, a slight chill in the air.
Robinson open on the right.
And Esteban Russell has Nick Robinson on the right. Robinson going for the cross, deflected out of play by Bruno. A good idea there by the young defenseman.
Excellent there from Nick Robinson, who had time to go and put a low cross into that middle of the box. Unfortunately, deflected out by Livonia City, and now Lansing Common have a corner kick in the 73rd minute of the game.
Trevor Togi electing to take this one. Canless electing to play short if he wants. Togi waves off Canless. Togi trying to find Omar. It'll be headed away by Versteeg, as Russell has to fight the center referee to try to get on the end of the second ball.
The outswinger, and it's going to go to Marco Bernardini.
Finds Bernardini along the far side. Bernardini one-on-one with Versteeg. Bernardini trying to take him to school, dances the byline, but the ball will eke out. And with less than 20 minutes to go, Lansing searching for that elusive third goal. As the PA announcer has just recently said a season high in attendance here tonight for the season finale. 547 souls attending tonight's farewell match.
It'll be an excellent goodbye for these guys.
Liram Shevku dancing around Bernardini, receives the slide tackle from his brother. He'll keep the ball and give it back to Sowers. Bouchard along the far side for Zach Will. Will against Robinson, and Robinson able to poke the ball. A good defensive play by him.
Hunter Gibbons keeps it alive.
And Gibbons able to keep the ball in play. But Livonia once again able to regroup. Versteeg, Matt Versteeg, one-on-one. Matt Versteeg.
Versteeg flying through.
In on goal. And a shot, and just hitting the crossbar. It was Ab.
That shot was for a left-footed shot. It did not go that way. Instead, hit it with his right foot, trying to find that top right corner. Maybe not the best option there.
And Livonia looking the livelier of the two sides in this second half. Trying to get that equalizing goal. Just too much power and not enough precision for Adam Ab. And Lansing trying once more, but haven't been able to crack through the back four of Livonia's defense since the 12th minute, as Shetty Omar's bowled over and dispossessed. Zach Will with it. For Liram Shevku. Shevku holding off Gibbons, will play it for Bouchard, and his shot well wide of the keeper, Zach Kelly. Lansing Common having a bit of trouble in the last 15 minutes, trying to break through the midfield and get something on target, but it's really been much of nothing in this second half, Luca.
Absolutely, it's been a back and forth game and options flying for both sides so far. No shot really that has troubled either goalkeeper.
Kelly's looping ball escapes all the way through. It'll be a 50-50 won by Alex Scott against Richmond.
Esteban Rowe, great turn there from Shetty Omar.
Omar couldn't play the pass as Russell was offside, but makes its way over to Lutram Shevku. Shevku trying to find a ball, and a man out wide, unable to do so. It'll go out for a Livonia throw-in.
Great idea from Lutram Shevku, just a little overhit.
Sowers to take the throw. Be intercepted by Bernardini and taken down by Lutram Shevkiew.
Trevor Togi.
Bernardini once more with it along the far side. Dispossessed by Richmond. Over to Ab. Returns the favor back to Richmond.
And this is around the time where Oakley should be looking for substitutions for Lansing Common.
And along the near
Here,
side,
tired legs in the midfield with Shevkiew and Bernardini.
Griffin Storr with his cross hits the football uprights. And a substitution will be made by Lansing Common as Owen Swan makes his way to the touchline. It'll be Owen Swan coming in, and for the final time in his illustrious outdoor career, Marco Bernardini is coming off the pitch and saying goodbye to professional outdoor football, amassing 10 years in the Lansing football scene from Lansing United, Lansing Ignite, and his final project, Lansing Common, and a great farewell salute by the home crowd and saluting the captain of today's match. With the sun setting on an illustrious career for the incoming Spring Arbor head coach, as Marco Bernardini receives his warm ovation by the home crowd and saying goodbye to professional outdoor football for the final time.
Subbing in for Lansing Common, number 13, Owen Swan.
Common earning a throw-in as Griffin Storr bodying Shetty Omar. And a little bit of mental tactics played by Griffin Storr elicits a shove from Shetty Omar. He'll go into the books in the 80th minute with a yellow card. These two were just battling and training on Thursday. But once those different colored shirts come on, allegiances are severed.
Of course, there are no friends on a football pitch, as they say. And going back to Marco Bernardini, formerly of Livonia Stevenson High School and Spring Arbor University, what an incredible career he has had locally and around the state of Michigan. We salute you, Marco Bernardini.
Livonia searching for that equalizing goal. Liram Shevkiew wreaking havoc along the back four for Lansing Common. And Zach Kelly able to punch the ball away, with Togi trying to fight for it. And a throw-in won by Josh Rosendale off the head of Griffin Storr. Rosendale too heavy with the touch. Dispossessed by Zach Will, and Livonia will go forward with Liram Shevkiew. Tackled in the process by Josh Rosendale, who gives away the foul. And with just under 10 minutes left to play in this game, Livonia still searching for that equalizing effort. Coming close a couple of times, but looking the better of the two squads. For Stieg. Trying to find a pass forward to Ab. It'll be picked out by Robinson, but only as far as Will. His shot blocked and out to Esteban Russell. Nobody going forward. He elects to go back to Canlis. He'll switch it over to the near side for Robinson. Over to Togi. An incidental contact will be given the other way as Nick Robinson clatters into DiMaggio. Nothing the young man can do there. And Livonia with a free kick.
Livonia plays it quick.
Liram Shevkiew dances around his brother, pushed aside by Owen Swan. And cleared away only as far as Rosendale, who'll boot it up the pitch, trying to make it around Bruno, and it'll go out for a goal kick.
And Joshua Rosendale, just too heavy of a touch there for him to chase that one.
Liram Shefq for Livonia. He'll find Storr. Back to Bruno. On the far side for Sauer. Back to Liram Shefq. He'll switch the field of play over to Griffin Storr. Storr able to keep it in. He'll find Zach Will. His ball into the box just behind Richmond. And Noah Canlis with a defensive effort able to shield the forward away from the ball. As Lutram Shefq is able to beat one man and try to retain possession for Common, but he's immediately closed down once again. And Livonia could go forward. A ball in for Bouchard, and a deflection down and clattered inside the box is DiMaggio. The referee says no foul. And Lansing Common again escaping from pressure. And Luca with just under 10 minutes plus stoppage time left to play, as we'll get a substitution as Daniel Silva is on the touchline. What does Lansing Common need to do to shield off Livonia once again for the second time this season and escape with a 2-1 victory?
Be compact. Right now, Livonia is stretching out the defense of Lansing Common, as you see here with Alex Scott and Hunter Gibbons. Important thing here is to stay compact and keep one man on the break, as if they've been doing. Shetty Omar coming in and checking, being that target forward, while Rosendale making heavy runs going forward. It's got to stay that way for the last, well, we're going to say 6 minutes plus stoppage time in this game. And if somebody has an option like Trevor Togi did earlier to put one away, put it.
Entering the match, Daniel Silva, and for the final time exiting for Lansing Common, Trevor Togi, in a small appearance today as play is resumed.
Togi this season has been an incredible player to watch. He's been known as what we call a super sub. Just he's an engine in midfield. Technical player.
And Zach Will able to rainbow his way around Nick Robinson, and a pass back and a deflection by Alex Scott, and able to clear away the danger. Zach Kelly pounces on that just inside his 18-yard box. And Lansing Common on the break on one end, almost giving away the equalizing goal on the other.
And Lutram Shefq signaling he wants a substitution on the pitch, seeming as if he can't continue.
Sowers for Livonia, plays it forward to Liram Shefq, over to Richmond with numbers in the box. Richmond against Alex Scott. The deflection off of Scott, it'll win a corner for Livonia.
Composed defending there from Alex Scott, not letting Richmond take the outside run or an immediate cross in. Instead, blocks the pass going inwards. Excellent defending.
Liram Shefq electing to take this corner. Down on the ground, it won't beat anybody but Alex Scott, who will send it out of play for a Livonia throw-in, as we see Seth Russ making his way to the touchline. Lack of communication there for Lansing Common, but the ball finds its way to Noah Canlis. To Lutram Shefq. Back to Hunter Gibbons, closed down immediately. He'll find Daniel Silva. And a pass to Lutram Shefq. He's clattered and taken down by Zach Will.
Now Seth Russ for Lansing Common on the sideline, waiting to come in. Substitution imminent for Lansing Common.
With just under 5 minutes left to play, plus stoppage time in this match. Lansing Common trying to squeeze a 2-1 victory, as an injury on the far side for Livonia.
With Liram Shefq on the other side.
Liram Shefku back on his feet, hobbling. The center referee signals for a substitution. And a small delay for the injury. And a disagreement along the near sideline, as Livonia does not have enough substitutions left. They'll elect to roll back on Craig Beebe. And Seth Russ will make his way onto the pitch for Lutram Shefku, whose day is done and whose season comes to an end. He may not have gotten on the score sheet all that much, but the consensus player of the year for the team, as was awarded on Wednesday, will exit the pitch for the final time this season.
In for Lansing County, number 12, Seth Russ.
Lansing Common with the set piece, trying to get things going once more. Ball intercepted by Sowers, intended for Shetty Omar, and unable to keep that ball in was Esteban Russell. Beebe with his first touch since coming off early in the second half. And Russ putting pressure immediately on the Livonia defenders. It'll work its way out to Bruno. Storr. Livonia searching for that equalizing goal as we're into the 90th minute. Will to DiMaggio, his pass. Not enough weight on it. And Seth Russ, the substitute, has the option to run, and fouled in the process by Craig Beebe, and Beebe will go into the books with a yellow card, and it's a second yellow, and Craig Beebe, just minutes after coming onto the pitch for an injured Liram Shefku, Craig Beebe receives the red card for a yellow card accumulation, and Livonia down to 10 men.
And he is sent off at the 90th minute of the game. What an exit.
And as we've hit the 90th minute mark here at Eastern Stadium, Craig Beebe, just seconds after coming on, receiving his second yellow card, is sent off, and Livonia searching for that equalizer. Now has an even bigger challenge at hand with only 10 men on the pitch. Gibbons, his pass intercepted by Storr, receives it once again. And Zach Will, as a conglomerate of players along the near side, and Daniel Silva can escape, and Griffin Storr with a great touch and good effort to knock the ball out of play for Seth Russ for a Lansing throw-in. As we've received word, there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time after the 90 minutes already played so far. And Lansing Common playing to the corners with Shetty Omar. Able to dig that ball out was Griffin Storr.
Just Shetty Omar just manhandling everyone in front of him.
Using his size and frame, and Seth Russ electing to go inside to Josh Rosendale. Seth Russ one-on-one with Storr, trying to work around Zach Will. Unable to do so, and Storr, taking on 2 Lansing defenders, goes through the wickets of Seth Russ. But another throw-in awarded to Lansing Common. Zach Will able to win the ball back, but Daniel Silva in the right place at the right time. Silva to the byline, searching. And nobody there at the back post as Richmond turnaround. Rosendale down in the box clattered on by 2 Livonia defensemen. Referee says get up, and Livonia can play forward. And a great sliding effort there.
Nick Robinson coming in with a heavy challenge, wins it.
Bruno with it for Livonia. As we're into the final minute of stoppage time, DiMaggio to Versteeg. Versteeg searching for options. He'll go for Richmond. Back to Versteeg. To DiMaggio. Over to Richmond on the far side. Livonia searching for a last-minute equalizer. Won't get it there as Josh Rosendale deflects that ball out of play. Sowers elects to play it in. Still into the 18-yard box. Bouchard trying to get it. And he'll commit a foul in the process as Canlis goes down. And that should be enough to see Lansing Common walk out 2-1 victors. As referee looks at his watch. And what could surely be the last kick of the game and the last kick of the season. Zach Kelly taking his time to line this ball up as smoke bombs are set off in the away stands for the supporting crowd.
Sending the troops forward.
Kelly, his ball finds Russell. It'll find its way over to Omar. Omar electing to take the ball to the corner. One-on-one with Griffin Storer, and it'll go out for a goal kick. And with one final blow of the whistle, Lansing Common 2-1 victors in their final match of the maiden voyage. And a great win for the Robins as they send this home crowd of 547 fans home with 3 points and a victory to end the summer. Luca, it's been a great season alongside you to call this wonderful team a great story. A team born out of despair and out of anger to be able to finish second place and to receive an invitation into the NISA Independent Cup for 2022 and to send this home crowd of 547 people home with a victory. What are your thoughts on the season, on this game, and what has been a remarkable trek for both of us as broadcasters going and volunteering and being a part of this club's illustrious first-year history?
Where do I start? This team has given everything back to the city. The people who started this team came in with the dream, came in with a vision, and they only had one goal in mind, and that was to give back to their community. And today they've done it. If bringing 500 plus people out to a soccer game in mid-Michigan doesn't scream out commitment to you and doesn't scream out passion and love for what is the sport, for what is the community, and for what is the people. This sport is the game of the people, and for years and for hundreds of years, people will remember the names of everyone at this club and the people who've started it, because this is where football starts. Football starts at the amateur competition and getting players from colleges and giving them more experience and more exposure into the professional world. And for the people who started this team, they've given these guys something to dream about at night. And congratulations to the players for an excellent finish in the second place and into the NISA Independent Cup next season. We'll hope to watch them this next season in Lansing.
And as the sun sets down on the capital city, so too does it on this remarkable maiden voyage for Lansing Common FC. But before we go, we have a long list of thank yous to give out. First off, to the fans that have joined us and embarked with us on this journey for these home games and these live streams. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes, allowing us to touch your hearts and to bring some illustrious and very good football back to Lansing in a very commentary and very fun manner. To the fans that have joined us all season and were unfortunately unable to make it today, thank you for coming out and making sure that that football in Lansing is still vibrant and still alive. Thank you to the players and the coaching staff that we have gotten to know so close over the past couple of months. We would also like to thank the board and the front office members of this illustrious club for giving us the opportunity to do something that we all love, or that me and you both love to do, and that is to commentate and to perfect our crafts. And we could not have thought of a better organization to do it with than with Lansing Common. Lastly, we would also like to thank the people that make this run, from Scott Oberlander, the man behind the machines, able to get these live streams up. We thank you for your patience and your determination of giving us a summer to remember. We'd also like to thank Damber Magar for sacrificing time where he could be on the sideline to being a great camera operator and to giving the fans at home a great viewing experience. And Luca, alongside you, it's been a pleasure of mine to call these games. And for one final time here at Eastern Stadium, Lansing Common 2-1 victors to send off the maiden voyage with a victory. And for the final time this season, alongside Luca Maloney, I'm Cameron McLaren saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night.